Dr. Matthew A. Johnson is a licensed clinical psychologist based in the United States, known primarily for his claims of encountering Bigfoot, also referred to as Sasquatch, and his subsequent involvement in Bigfoot research. Standing at 6'9" tall, Johnson has a background in psychology, which he has leveraged to discuss the psychological aspects of cryptid encounters. His public profile rose significantly after a reported Bigfoot sighting in 2000, leading him to found groups like Team Squatchin' USA and author books such as Bigfoot, A Journey Come Full Circle. While he presents himself as a researcher, critics and observers have described his following as cult-like, particularly due to his evolving claims about Bigfoot being interdimensional beings involved in portals, psychic communication, and cosmic battles. Johnson maintains a presence on social media, including an X, formerly Twitter account under the handle Bigfoot Doctor, where he shares updates on his research and experiences. As of the latest data, he has a modest following of around 61 users on X, though his influence extends to podcasts, expeditions, and online communities dedicated to Bigfoot enthusiasts. Johnson's entry into the Bigfoot world stems from an alleged encounter on July 1, 2000, while hiking with his family in the Oregon Caves National Monument area. He claims that after stepping away to relieve himself, he heard guttural sounds and felt watched by a large, hairy creature. This event, which he described in detail on shows like Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, reportedly caused him significant emotional distress, including tears during retellings. Over time, his narratives expanded beyond physical creatures to include supernatural elements. Bigfoot as interdimensional entities, capable of using portals, communicating telepathically, and even leaving physical evidence like massive footprints or a 3-foot-long turd that Johnson has cited as proof. Supporters view him as a pioneer bridging science and the supernatural, with some praising his psychological insights into why people dismiss Bigfoot sightings. He has been featured in discussions on shows like the QAA podcast, where his evidence, however his following is not massive, it appears concentrated in niche Bigfoot and UFO communities rather than mainstream appeal. Recent mentions include collaborations with figures in the Disclosure and ET contactee scenes, suggesting an overlap with broader paranormal cults. The aforementioned turd is highlighted, albeit often with a mix of fascination and skepticism. On X, posts reference his height and encounters positively, positioning him as a credible witness due to his professional background. Allegations of cult-like behavior critics have labeled Johnson's group as having cult-like tendencies, particularly in online discussions on Reddit and Facebook. Terms like cult leader and great prophet are used sarcastically to describe how his followers allegedly adhere to his increasingly unorthodox claims without question. A 2019 Reddit thread titled Dr. Mathew Johnson's Bigfoot Cult discusses his group alongside other controversial figures in the Bigfoot community, implying manipulative or exclusionary practices. Facebook groups like Smart Bigfoot reference his pre-cult phase in early interviews, suggesting a shift toward fanaticism. Esoteric teachings, Johnson's pivot to interdimensional Bigfoot, portals, and spiritual battles is seen as drawing followers into a belief system resembling a New Age cult, similar to UFO cults preparing for ascension. Expeditions and community, paid expeditions are criticized as leaning towards the cult side of Bigfooting, with hosts expressing worries about group dynamics. Isolation and devotion. Some observers note that dissenters are dismissed, and followers are encouraged to adopt Johnson's worldview, including psychic interactions with Bigfoot. These allegations are echoed in podcasts and social media, where his 3-foot turd evidence is mocked as emblematic of unquestioning belief. While not as large as notorious cults, the structure, charismatic leader, exclusive experiences, and rejection of mainstream science fits patterns described in cult analyses. As of 2025, Johnson continues to engage in Bigfoot research with recent mentions of webinars and expeditions. His X activity focuses on sharing experiences, but his follower count remains small, indicating a dedicated niche rather than widespread influence. Critics question the veracity of his claims, viewing them as embellished for attention, while supporters see him as a whistleblower on hidden truths. Overall, Johnson's story illustrates the intersection of psychology, cryptids, and fringe beliefs. Whether his following qualifies as a full-fledged cult is debated, but the allegations persist in online Bigfoot circles. His impact on the community is notable, inspiring both admiration and ridicule.
Good morning, everybody. It's Bubba. I've taken over Dr. J's brain.